We are back, meeting in the ladies' room, KY Radio. We are live here at Power 106 in the Headquarters building. I've got my second set of guests on.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my next set of guests. Now, y'all, I can't even promise y'all where this conversation's going. I can't promise. I'm giving my disclaimers. I am not responsible for none of this. FYI. Me and Doman over here done sipped on a couple of things. Candy brews.
The tea was good.
We about to get some of this orange over here.
We don't get refreshment.
I'm about to offer it. So what we?
It's coming. It's coming.
I'm giving the disclaimer.
But you know, we need preparation. Like we on the spot right now.
Look, I'm trying to give him the disclaimer, but I'm about to not give him the disclaimer.
I see your disclaimer. I seen it last week. I did. But I think it was that green one. I don't want to touch that green one. That green one is like, that's some marble stuff like that. I seen that marble right there.
She needs a disclaimer. I gotta give
give her the disclaimer. Listen,
I am not responsible
at all
for no side nothings, no divorces, marriages, stalkers, daycares, custody, nothing after you drink this.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know I'm dealing with somebody with the legal eye. I'm giving my disclaimer now. Giving my disclaimer.
I do the E sign.
I'm giving disclaimers. Okay, so Candy Brews is a moonshine and liquor mix brand that is local. It's 25 flavors.
Delicious.
So tonight's flavors is pineapple, orange, and sour apple. So which pick your poison?
I'm a pineapple person.
Okay, this pineapple is hard.
Pineapple is mostly gone.
I see that now. I didn't see that.
Drinking on in the first segment.
So that's like when you go in a grocery store, the least of the items, that's the hottest item.
All right.
You better sign a disclaimer.
All right, come on, man. What you want? What you pick your poison? Pick your poison.
Eeny, meeny, miny, Joe. Thank you. You picked the
orange,
right
you want
guy,
that orange?
so
Okay,
you
all
sure
right.
did. Look at God.
Look, I don't even drink the orange with you. I ain't gonna let y'all go alone.
Good.
And then you gotta taste it first, and then I'll tell you the name.
Smells like I want to put it on, not
show air!
not drink it.
It smells good, don't it? You know that would be good with that?
I'm like, wow.
Ciroc coconut would be.
Wow, really good.
Yes,
Yeah.
that on line for me, sir.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
All right.
Now are we toasting to anything?
You know what?
Yes.
Raise one.
Everybody's got to say one thing that they're grateful for.
Oh my goodness. Who's going first?
Ladies first.
Absolutely.
Okay. I am going to say that I am grateful for the community that we are building in Louisville, Kentucky right now. Through businesses, podcasts, radio, the different, avenues that people are in. There are people that are truly trying to come together and work together and are building a tough, strong community. Absolutely. So.
I love that. I love that. I'm grateful for the new friendships that I'm making along the way. So we kind of touched on this a little bit before, just talking about, what collaborating together, having more cohesion, and truly being genuine in that approach. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Come on, man.
How much time we got?
Come on, we good. Let's go.
I'm grateful for just being here.
Amen.
As we travel through life, we don't meet no one by accident. Sorry, I don't believe in that. Our road travel is for us to grab information and, of course, receiving the blessings, and then also blessing someone else, because blessings don't belong to us as we receive them. I'm grateful for having the opportunity just to be in this room to share who I am, and also the partnerships and the creativity that's in the room. One of the things that I fall on is partnerships, because we're all in our own journey. We're all held accountable within our own choices in life. But the partnership that's here, none of us really meet any strangers unless we are in our own way.
Amen.
So I'm grateful for the humbleness that's been placed upon me in my road travel. That's what I'm grateful for. Absolutely. Yes.
I'll just keep it short and simple. I just want to grateful for. See, he's starting already.
I've been told.
That's what we do in class.
I've I've been told. Yes.
Let me say the honest real quick. This is Nate. He's my instructor at barber school. Nate's first here school in design. Did I get it right?
Nate's first. Really? Nate's first. Where's the camera?
Is the first impression?
Nate's first. Stop it. You know what? I'm glad that you're on your road travel because it's not about titles, but it's about the position.
Amen.
Nate's first school of hair design, barber.
You heard it first.
And that's what it's all about.
Power 106. That's what I'm grateful for. Power
Yes.
106. Thank you, Ms. Nunny, for giving me the opportunity to guest host you. And we got some big things coming. Smart Money Records. You already know, baby. Let's go.
All right. Salute.
Salute. Now tell us.
You gotta sip it first. I'm not talking about it until you sip it first.
I did.
I ain't
That was
seen
really
it.
good. I already told you I thought I could do
Bad
this.
influence. Bad influence.
That smells. That's yummy.
It's good, ain't it?
It is good.
Delicious.
Alright.
Hold on, let me see if my insurance policy.
Hey, this ain't been stewing that long. It's been in the heat, but it ain't been stewing that long.
And that's what makes it more. Oh my goodness.
Yes. That's all I'm saying. Hey, like, I realized, like, after last week, remember we was talking about the plan, I said, wait till next week and I'm going to tell you about the plan. How about I got fruits that's been soaking since Memorial Day in my refrigerator. I forgot about it. I said, somebody going to die.
Did you get the disclaimer? Did you get the
No,
disclaimer?
I did not. No, this is
Okay,
fresh.
so-
That's all right.
Okay, so
No.
I make these drinks.
Okay.
And I started making them when I started doing the male review shows.
Okay.
Especially the drinks. It was a fluke, like some cutesy name, a little specialty drink, kept it pushing, you know, like every show. We used to do shows like every other month. So that's kind of how like the flavor thing kind of started. But I ended up one derby out, and the place I was at ran out of liquor, and they was like, Glamazon, which is my MC name.
Yes.
They were like, we know you got liquor in the back of the car because anywhere you go, they always know I'm wasted. I ain't gonna lie. I can have an event and stuff is not. If it ain't food, it may end up in my car for a couple months in the back. And I used to keep a truck. I had
So
a big
how many
old.
consoles do you have in your car?
Well, no, I used to have a Trailblazer, the real long one.
Yes.
So stuck the lid back there. And who
Third
was
row.
gonna-
Third row.
I'm not carrying. I'm not carrying all this stuff in. The food, anything that needed to be refrigerated, made it in the house. It might be a while before whatever's in the back. So
Wow.
literally, if we go out of town, there's a cooler, some liquor, something like so. They nicknamed me the Lemon Drop Roller Bar. Like it just became a thing. And so this particular derby, they was like, we out of liquor. It's midnight. It's derby weekend. What you got? Here's the key fob truck. They pulled everything out. 2 hours later, they handed me $500. I said, this is a thing.
This is a thing.
This is a thing.
Hey,
Oh,
that's
my
hey.
gosh. This is
It's a
real.
blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
So, girls were coming to the shows and was like, I can't get these drinks except for at your
They good.
shows. And you only do it every other month. They would bring jars and buy the stuff to take home. And I was like,
Wow.
this is really like, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to start jarring it up after the show just to get rid of the stuff. Like, I don't want it to sit and, go bad. I didn't know it couldn't go bad unless you put the fruit in it. And I don't put fruit in them and let them sit.
Right.
That'd be pretty good though.
So people started
It'll taste
suggesting,
good.
oh, they do taste good with the fruit.
But you might have some reflux later.
Right.
on.
You're gonna have some issues.
Yeah.
But and so what happened is people started suggesting flavors or names because they have names. So for example, the orange root drink is called Orgasm. Pineapple is called Squirter.
Hold on, what the hell is this?
They all have names. All of them have names. So it would just become like people started challenging me. Like there's no way you can take moonshine and liquor and mix it to where you cannot taste it. Or that you can't come up with this flavor. And I'm one of them, you can't dare. That's how I started doing the male
It
reviews.
sure was.
I got a date. Somebody dared me to do the show.
Wow.
Now you know, I'm a hairstylist.
Hold
My
on.
profession.
Ooh.
I was in my salon and they dared me.
And I'm interviewing you for a brief second today too.
Oh, okay.
For a brief, don't, just come back up here. Come back up here.
Okay.
Orgasm.
Okay. So basically people would dare me and say, I bet you can't do this, or you should make one this name.
Right.
So like for example, Squirter, one of my club sisters was like, sis, you know what we do? If you can make something almost clear or white and call it Squirter. And I was like,
Yeah. You got one.
so originally I was only supposed to have like 15 flavors. Then it turned into 18. Then I was like, I'm done at 20. I ended up I actually have made a total of 28 flavors, but I only sell 25.
But we get 3 today. I'm glad you didn't have
we doing 3.
Right.
We do 3 on the show. We only bring 3,
because
maybe 4 at a time, and then everybody pick what they want.
Well, that's good because I checked my insurance, as I was saying earlier.
Yes.
And
There you go.
EMS, they're going to take about 45 minutes.
Okay.
You know, they break down in increments.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that don't go home.
I'm
doing nothing you ain't supposed to be doing. They call me and now one time you owe me daycare. No, sir.
If you don't be taking
No.
I'm
Hey, yo,
I
I got
already-
somebody
I
really
already-
walking around telling me, my couple told me I owe him daycare.
I got the invoice
5
in
years
queue.
running, he been telling me I owe him daycare. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's not my
I'm
fault.
just
I
saying.
didn't tell you.
No, impossible at my age.
I didn't tell you.
I'm
no.
done.
I done got a few folks that ended up divorced, married.
Oh my
So-
goodness! But you don't take credit for that.
I ain't
That's
taking no
something-
credit.
Yeah, you
I
better
just
not.
said
That's
it's a
something
few
else.
folk that
Yeah.
done these things, but they keep trying to say it's my fault.
I ain't gonna blame you. I'm gonna include you. I'm not gonna blame you.
Oh no! Don't you take me on Facebook?
No. You're gonna know in spirit.
Oh, it's spirit.
Yeah. Now, when it's time for me to go home, I'm gonna need you to bring a pair of clippers and maybe some neck strips or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just don't bring me no flowers. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, just bring me something in the.
Some clippers and next trip.
Yeah, to bring me something. You
A
know,
fresh brush.
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, I
We
can
do
do
that.
that. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my guest.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
And here we
Yay.
go.
Yay.
So today we have with us Miss Alicia Dukes. I'm gonna let her tell y'all this name because I promise you, soon as she say it, I know I'm gonna say something because I have been dying to know about this name and this business. So Miss Alicia, please introduce yourself and tell the people who you are and what it is you do and about your business real quick.
Okay. My name is Alicia Dukes. I'm from Austin, Texas originally, but
Okay.
I moved to Louisville in 2004, and so I guess I'm claiming the Ville now.
Hey.
I'm definitely claiming
Hey.
the
How long you been
So,
there?
Since 2004.
Oh,
so-
brain card. Okay,
so-
you good.
Ah.
I'm sorry.
So I got 2 years before I have to claim it then. I got here in 2006, so I got 2
Yes,
years and I
yes.
guess I claim
4
it.
years.
Yes, so
Okay.
it's official.
You're no
now.
longer
I'm a-
you're
yes,
no
I'm
longer.
a-
Yeah, you're a legal citizen in Louisville.
I am. I
Wow.
fought with the whole driver's license thing, but,
Yes.
but I gave it up.
There you go.
I'm good. I'm officially a Louisville card. So,
Hey.
yes. So, all right. I'm surrounded by Cardinals. Good
You have
deal.
no-
Hey, she going up the L, y'all.
I
Hey.
ain't even gonna say that over here.
Don't.
Just take another sip.
Yeah.
So my background is in dentistry, actually. So.
Wow.
That's amazing.
This will be my 27th year that I've been practicing dentistry, and
Beautiful.
thank you. And I also officiate women's college basketball. So
Where?
a lot of people, I work in 12 Division I conferences. So I'm an independent contractor, and I've been doing that for the last almost 20 years as well. So
Did you
I
play
started,
college ball back then?
I played a Division II school
Okay.
in Texas, and a long time ago. But I wanted to be able to stay with the game in some form of
Understood.
fashion. So I took on that role, and so it's matured me in multiple ways, obviously, because there's not really a whole lot you can say to me right now that's gonna offend me, affect
Sure
me,
have.
hurt me, what have you, because
Great road job.
chances are everybody's already said it, so it's all good. But about a year ago, I decided to take a turn in a different direction, do something a little bit more purposeful. I've
Okay.
always obviously been in my DNA to serve and protect people.
Okay.
But this is my own way to do it in my own capacity. And so that's when I decided to create the platform Ladies of Justice. And so we can be found at 502 Legal Shield, Ladies of Justice. And then also my Facebook is just really simple. It's just my name. So Alicia Dukes Johns. And then my ID as well as Alicia Dukes Johns. But the platform itself has just been about meeting women where they are and allowing them to be able to absolutely allow them to be able to use this as a vehicle for whatever their purposeful passions are. So and we can dive into that a little bit more. as we
Oh,
go,
I'm
but,
diving. Oh, I'm diving. I'm diving. They done got me on these, instead of 31 flavors, 28 flavors, so I got one of them.
Right.
Hey, officially it's only 25. I refuse to try to do 28. That's a lot of speed.
That's a lot.
The other 3 is exclusive.
Actually, they are. Because if somebody said, hey, I need you to make that for me, I will. Like my Chicago people, I'll make it for them.
You probably have them to sign a non-disclosure agreement.
No, I just give verbal disclaimers. Or
okay.
somebody.
That's fine. That's fine.
So I got a witness.
I'm going to stick with...
There was a disclaimer.
I'm going to stick with 25. That's what I'm going to
25.
with 25.
Okay. The name, Ladies of Justice.
I like that.
I love it. Where did that come from?
Very powerful.
Well, thank you. Ladies of Justice, let's see, kind of originated from the idea of making sure that everybody is aware of why thinking responsibly is important. So I needed something that was going to be a strong tagline, something powerful that was going to get your attention. Because I don't necessarily have a legal background per se myself, but it doesn't mean that I don't have an actual seat at the legal table. And so I positioned myself to be able to do that. And so I just wanted something that was kind of fun, a little catchy, but wasn't going to be too overwhelming to where it would be like, I don't even know if that's really for me. So it was enough to just kind of drive you, trying to pique your interest and curiosity.
Okay. All right, now you up. Come on and introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah.
Let's tell them who you are and what you are about.
I don't get that formal introduction. Like y'all just done gave me the torch, which I ain't got a problem with that.
Well, I feel like people, I could give somebody's name, but I feel like people's spirit speaks for themselves when they speak about their passion. So I like for people to introduce
very
themselves.
passionate.
So on this show, we like for people to show their passion for what it is that they are about and who they are.
How much time y'all got left?
We got plenty of time.
Okay. Let me not start from the beginning, but I'm going to let you start completely from where I am right now. I'm going to give you some social media platforms, which is Terrence Nay Lee, by way of the Barbers and Cosmetologists United as well. My mission and passion and ministry is in the beauty industry. Am I supposed to look here, there? Look at you. Look in there. Look at that. Look this way and keep walking. Where I started at within the industry was 1997, which was a transformation year for me. Never in my wildest dreams that I figured that I would be in the beauty industry. My choice, which is something that we all have a freedom of choice. So the simple reason for me to join the barbering college was to be able to cut my son's hair. When I had 2 sons at the time in 1997. I had a couple of businesses right before then. My foundation was family. We do understand. Y'all bless me with that. You gotta stop it. You're gonna raise the spiritual level. But anyway, family is foundation. We do all know that in spite of our choices and business choices in life, if we do not have foundation, it's impossible for us to actually move forward. In the corporate world, we call it business plans. Now in the noun world, we call it navigation, GPS now. But I go back to the core, and that's what it means for me, complete balance. We all have to stay in complete balance in order for us to move forward. Well, my balance was my family, which is first ministry. By me deciding to move into the barbering industry, once I got out, all my business had, I'm not going to say failed, but they came to a halt. But what I took from that and all the choices, and the reason why I'm saying this is that all the choices that we made, you don't really fail. It's your road travel. You have to embrace the journey. We have this idea of a business plan, 5-year term, short-term goal, long-term goal. But our decision making, God is going to put us in a simple place of whatever your religion and your found God is.
Praise preaching.
Once you stop it. I'm gonna try not to, but I'm gonna give you me.
Understood.
By traveling through that, it's really about embracing the information. We cannot be shocked about everything that turns out in front of us. We have to embrace everything that's in front of us. We call them problems or hard to do. I call them situations. And we have to completely, as y'all actually heard, strap your boots up, tie your shoestrings, pick yourself up out of whatever the case may be and keep it moving. Okay, all the cliches and the hashtags, I get that. But by me being family grounded, I'm 150% in. I'm not prejudiced or racist by far, but for me, I have to do things 3 times because of my road travel. If I don't stay ready, if I don't give as much as I can within my choices, then I'm going to fall short in everything that's going to come to me, everything that is due to me. So moving fast forward in the barbering industry, I stepped into the barbering industry, no money, none. I had a certificate for a barbering license. And one thing that man cannot take away from you is knowledge.
Sure that.
But understanding the knowledge that we hold, like we all have a skill set. We all have a purpose. But in order for us to actually find that purpose, we have to make a decision with some sort of passion. And passion kind of starts with what you would do for free.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I didn't want to be in the hair industry, but I did it for my kids, but I ain't gonna lie.
So what was your first love, if you don't mind me asking?
My first love? Entertainment. Yeah, the entertainment industry. I had a record label for 10 years.
Okay.
That's a whole nother road travel, and it might be another show. But I'm gonna move you fast forward as to why I am here right now. I'm here by way of the BCU, Barbers and Cosmetologists United. By me coming into the Barbers and Cosmetologists United, for me being more family oriented and grounded, I found a way with my passion and my road travel to stay within myself and maintain balance within myself. How can I travel through life with the knowledge that I do have? How can I be purposeful? How can I be happy? I don't like working for people. And this is not disrespect to any kind of corporate America or nothing like that. And when I say working for people, I mean that you have leeches. You have people that will gravitate to you with your spirit. I want to talk to that person. I want to talk to that person. But for me, everything that I've ever done, I've tried to own, not knowing that in the beginning. I seek knowledge. When you're seeking knowledge, you go from the bottom person, which is crawling before you walk, and then you actually go to the CEO. For me, CEO means actually understanding how your decision making operates, how your ultimate goal in a business plan operates. So you're seeking that knowledge in your road travel, and once you get there and you feel like, okay, if you put that 150% in, you're gonna find out real quick if it's a purpose, a mission, or an opportunity. I don't do opportunities. I'd rather be in balance and be purpose-driven and mission-driven, which brings me to the BCU. After being into the industry for 5 years.
And tell the people what BCU stands for one more time.
BCU stands for Barbers and Cosmetologists United. The reason why it's Barbers and Cosmetologists United, barber is the second oldest profession known to man. Out of respect of the radio station, I won't say the first. But if we all exalt knowledge, you kind of understand what the first is. But I'm not giving praise to the first, not right now. But as it was depicted and it kind of moved from the barbering aspect on, and we're talking about profession, titled as a profession, LLC, corporation, business, and then it moved to the cosmetology aspect of it. The reason being is that cosmetologists, and I respect y'all so much, you're more innovative. And the reason why you're more innovative, because the queens that you are, you're committed in everything that you do. Man cannot live without. I get that. But yes, man did create barbering as a profession at first. Every barber chair that you actually see, and every dentist that you actually go to, the chair looks just like a barbering chair. That's where it actually stems from. There's colors that's on the barber pose that means something. That's the chairs when you go to the dentist that means something. That hydraulic chair when you go to the dentist and lay back, I'm sorry, that's a luxurious barber chair. That's what it is. I acknowledge the knowledge of it. I went all the way back as far as 1400 to get this information to be able to bring this to you guys today, or to anybody today that's listening. A lot of people think that, as we are considered, the hair industry is post-secondary education, but again, we are the second oldest profession known to man. It's been a profession for mine for 22 years. I was dead broke 97 when I got into the industry. It has been a profession for mine. It has raised my kids. It has allowed me to open up a barbershop, a salon, a barber college. Why? Because I wake up every day and I work to live. I don't live to work. That's what I do. And every day when I wake up, it's not a job to me. It's a commitment of serving or being in my purpose and mission. So coming back to the BCU after 22 years in, I started the BCU by way of being able to communicate with everybody within the beauty industry. We know we don't have time to connect with everybody. We just don't. It's impossible for me to do that. But when social media came out, great platform. And I wasn't a people person coming in, but if you can imagine how God has steered me into this position, now I'm dealing with people every single day. So I understand why he put me in this position. I'm supposed to inject, empower, uplift, enlighten. Other than that, I'm wasted skin. That's where I'm at. And once I started the BCU, it was by way of the community, and it was about 6 to 7 years ago, when barbershops and salons was being robbed. Never really heard of in the industry throughout the United States that barbershops and salons was being robbed. But I'm traveling with me becoming an instructor and an educator. And when I say that, that's only really a title, but I'm seeking more knowledge. Man says I need this title, but I'm sorry, I go beyond man. I seek knowledge. I'm going to travel through what you need me to get. I understand that. But what I need to do in order to empower my people, I constantly am a student in life. So, as I'm doing that, it was hard for me to navigate with everybody within the industry. Now, what we did do collectively, as a whole within the industry, was to bring about everybody within the industry, and let's talk about who is robbing who. Like, can we actually bring about information and empower each other about what's actually going on?
Yeah, because they were literally going in, getting services, and
Yes.
robbing everybody.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
legit, it was bad.
Yes,
it was
real bad.
Especially during the holidays. Like,
Yes.
it got bad.
Not the holidays.
Holidays.
Yes.
And
That's
in all
somebody's
honesty,
Christmas now.
And
Yes.
then, like, sometimes what they were doing is, like, the salons, because, like, here is different than Indiana.
Yes.
Like, in Indiana, you have shops, like a barbershop and a beauty shop inside each other.
Yes.
Whereas here, you have to have the whole door separated on the thing.
Not anymore.
Not no more? I
That's another show.
I don't come here no more. Look,
Mm.
I don't come here no more.
That's
So
why
I
I'm
didn't know that
interview-
information.
That's why I'm gonna interview you at some
Oh,
point.
we're not going to that. But they was
Yes.
going to the spots where those type of situations where there's like several businesses, and
Yes.
they would get like all day services,
Yes.
and then they would rob
Yes.
everybody.
Everybody.
Supplies, weave,
Yes.
everything. They got all they dolled up done, and then robbed them.
Yes.
Clean.
That's crazy.
Customers and all.
Can I
Yes.
have another drink?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all better give me some napkins. I'm good.
Yes.
I'm going to start preaching in here.
It was bad. So let me ask you a question real quick, because it kind of, I want to piggyback off of what you were
that's
saying.
fine, yeah.
You were saying that you started Ladies of Justice. So is it a group of women who do legal services, or like what exactly like is it, and what is its purpose?
Okay, so Ladies of Justice it is a group of women in the 502 area that have come together. We don't have any legal background, but we understand the importance and necessity of having legal services. And so what we strive to do is to be able to educate other women about the importance and also give them an understanding that it's okay to outsource whatever your needs are to someone else, because we know as women we have a tendency to take on way more than what we need to, because that's just how we are designed.
Yes. Yeah.
And so we've tried to build a platform that allows there to be more of a trust and an understanding that you do have people that can and will work in your favor and help take a little bit of the load off. And so there's things that we do right, take advantage of your resources.
Yes.
So there are things that we do on a day-to-day basis that people don't realize that the wealthy are afforded all the time, right? By way of, because of them being able to buy their way into whatever it is that they choose to do. And so we should be able to be more on an equal playing field and be able to afford ourselves and invest in ourselves in the way that we need to be able to pursue whatever it is our passions are. And so we are trying to make a way to develop a group that we can all network with one another, lift each other up along the way, and be able to explore whatever that passion is. So we're kind of meeting you wherever you are, not taking away from what it is that you're doing, but in turn just lifting you up and providing you the resources in order to accomplish whatever it is that may be. Because a lot of us don't really understand where to start. How do you start a business? What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, they don't teach that in school.
No. And so just behind the scenes, things that it takes in order to accomplish whatever it is your personal goal is, we want to help you in that process.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is.
That's a partnership. So,
it sounds good to me.
yeah,
Sounds good to me.
that's a
So
partnership.
how long have you been doing? How long has it?
Unfortunately, not long enough. Just a year. But and so I'm trying to polish my skill set, as you said a little bit, right? And I'm trying to I'm welcoming other women, to join the cause, right? To be a part of the mission and to contribute in whatever fashion that they can. Whatever your skill is, whatever your expertise is, that we develop, an actual foundation to be able to empower anyone. And I don't want it just to be women. I don't want it to be, but that's where I think it initially starts. Obviously, yes, because that's what I am, right? So I can only speak about what I know and what I've personally experienced. And so because of that, I know that, just really the bottom line is nobody ever starts off, and I kind of talked about this last night in a class that I was doing, and that we never really started out understanding all of the things that life had to offer, right? Or the things that we were personally going to go through, only because of trials and tribulations that we experienced from other people, right? But but we always have done everything in our power to make sure that our children don't actually go through the same things that we experienced, right? Right, exactly. But truth be told, part of that experience is necessary in order for them to understand and appreciate the things that they do have in life, what they can accomplish, and only makes you stronger to be able to achieve whatever that goal is that you have.
Grandma used to call it bricks hitting your side of
Exactly.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Exactly.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. I don't know if you told this because
Orange.
we done talked about so much stuff. Pass the cup on line. Pass your cup on line. How can people find y'all on social media? How can they get involved? How can they get more information?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Instagrams, Facebooks,
So my Instagram is just my name. So it's Alicia Dukes Johns. You can't mess that up, I guess.
Alicia Dukes. Can you
Alicia
spell
Dukes.
that?
Yes. So it's ALYCIA. Dukes is DUKES, and then Johns, JOHNS. So I'm still, I guess, technically a newlywed. I just celebrated my birthday and my wedding anniversary yesterday.
Yes.
So,
Congratulations. Welcome. I'm 22 years in. Welcome.
I'm proud of, I'm 43. I'm 43 and proud of it.
I'm not revealing my age yet.
No
I tell mine all the time. I'm old.
I'm not
I'm
yet.
about to turn 40 and get old.
Yeah. My age is a metaphor, right?
So that's where the Johns came from. It's a new addition to me, right? Is the Johns. So everybody usually knows me by Dukes, but I'm now Dukes Johns.
Yes, ma'am, better give them that height.
Well, wait a minute, Dukes. Now, do you have because there's a client. I'm kind of off subject, but on subject.
Okay.
There's another Dukes that by way of Eastern High School. Are you from here? You're not from here.
No, I'm from Texas originally.
Texas. How long you been here? When did you get your green card here?
2004.
Okay, well, no.
So I probably.
Because there's another. No, Ludus. That's what I know. I know Ludus.
Okay. Actually, the history behind my name is actually kind of interesting because I actually am supposed to be a duke, not plural dukes. But my father did not introduce to his father until he was 24 years of age. So he spent his entire life, because he was raised by his grandmother, under the impression his last name was Dukes. And so he'd already been in the military, he obviously, everything else. And so when he actually met his father, he told him, no, son, your name is Duke. But he'd already gone all this time.
Right.
Legal paperwork, everything.
Absolutely.
He went beyond census. So.
Yes.
But that's and like you said, our subject, but that's how they say a lot of the variations of the names.
Yes.
Like, I know a lot of Meriwethers that we're related to, but they spell their name differently. It is all because of a misspelling or in elementary school or the hospital or a mispronunciation, and somebody's going to record. Because, like, to this day, people spell my kid's name with 2 R's and it's only 1 R.
Or with a Y.
In school. Like, or with a Y. And I'm like, okay. But it's like, well, your birth certificate says this.
Right.
There you go.
So because it says that, that's what, right.
Yeah, but your school record, they might have you in the yearbook under, a whole different name. So
They did that to my
but
brother.
I've heard that that's very common. That's why a lot of people, they're encouraging people now to do like the ancestry and the DNA testing and stuff, because
very important.
you never know who
Very
you're related to.
informational.
Like, it's crazy. So let's get on the topic. So the topic we picked was business empowerment, which y'all have already kind of been talking about. Because I'm actually over here quiet. I like
that's
to
a
talk.
first.
That's a first. I know I love to talk. Oh, I'm over here like, tell me more.
I can begin on empowerment. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was going to ask a question.
Oh, please.
Okay,
I love
so here's my question. And this is based on, because you've been here long enough now. I feel like I've been here long enough that you can say this. You've been here long enough.
Transparency.
Okay, so Louisville, Kentucky, as far as the region, the area, business-wise, why does it seem like it's taking so long for us to empower each other? What is your opinion?
I can say it in one word. Complacency. And that's not out of disrespect. It's about the environment economically and demographically, what we are dealt, which causes us to be complacent. If you only give us a teaspoon, but we desire a tablespoon, the teaspoon is going to be a reality. So complacency doesn't come from a failure aspect of it. It's about being a product of your environment.
True.
Okay.
That's what I say on
that. Because you got a whole lot of different business things that you involved in. It's a whole lot of different things. There.
Your experience. Yes.
In my humble opinion, I think everybody just stays in their lane, and that's kind of a problem.
Yes,
I foresee, because people are kind of afraid of figuring out what you don't know, and so you kind of get, and not necessarily maybe complacent, but comfortable,
Right.
in a sense of I'm okay, I'm doing all right, and this is good for me for right now. And just kind of living in the moment as opposed to seeing the future. And I think that is where we kind of fall short of literally just week by week, month by month, and it's okay to just get by, as opposed to, like you mentioned earlier, actually living a legacy in addition to leaving a legacy. And so I think that's where we kind of fall short. Just
we as a people, you're absolutely right.
Just too comfortable, and understanding that you need to have multiple streams of income,
Of course.
right, in order to survive. It's not even about just being able to change your zip code.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's about surviving, period.
Yes.
Because if you're your only asset, and your asset can't get up and go to work tomorrow,
yeah, you're absolutely right.
and you're relying on only one stream of income and one thing, and it's only what you know because you're not open-minded to explore other options.
Absolutely.
Then, you know, you're gonna fall short.
Yeah.
That's just the way that it's designed.
Ooh, we got that in Revelation.
Okay, so I'll let you go. And we got to shout out our sponsors. So
Yes.
you go ahead.
I'm gonna give it to her.
We-
I would have to say jealousy. I've been in this music game in Louisville for maybe about a year now. What I've noticed is Louisville has some artists now, but there's a lot of jealousy within each other to where don't nobody want to work with nobody, so I can't grow that way. And there's a lot of hatred too. Like for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. Bryson Tiller's been making music for a very long time. Very long time. And now, the city of Louisville didn't really catch on to Bryson until maybe after he signed his deal. And I'm just being completely honest with y'all. And now this boy's out in Miami doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He might come back to the city every now and then, but
He comes back out.
yeah.
I'm from a lot. He actually comes
Yeah.
a lot. He just low key about it
Yeah.
because his family and stuff is still there. But yeah, I actually kind of
So
enjoy it.
that's
I'm gonna have to say, I feel like people are scared. One, somebody's gonna do better than the other or something.
And
Like
it's
instead of working together,
Yes.
it's like nobody wants to work together because I don't know. My thing is, if I do something different than what you doing, why we can't work together? Like I kind of get if we were each other's competition, you know. But I mean, there is too many people. Like even in the hair game. Everybody can eat. Everybody. Everybody can eat.
$34 billion a year industry.
I mean, everybody can eat, but people are literally, like you said, jealous and in competition with each other, and it makes no sense. Like, staying in your lane, finding your niche is one thing. Like I tell people all the time, I'm in my lane. Meeting the ladies with Fantasy and Pepper Party says I'm in my lane.
Okay.
I created my lane, and I've stayed in it.
Yes.
I'm not trying to compete with nobody on that. I got my own formula. I've been doing it 7 years now.
Yes.
Wasn't even intended on making it a business. It is a whole thing. It's
Yes.
got an IRS number and all.
Yes.
Taxes. So I don't feel like the next person who decides, oh, I want to have a ladies' night out of it is my competition. I don't feel that way at all.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, yo, when's your show? Yo, I'm going to give you some tickets to give away to my next show.
Yes.
Help you promote yours and come promote mine, and then you do the same at my next
Empowerment.
Boom.
Empowerment.
But everybody doesn't think that way. And I think maybe what she was saying about both of y'all were saying, being a product of your environment
Yes.
and just getting comfortable.
Yes.
Like not, like, I hate to say it, and I'm not, y'all being allowed to mention
And
his
don't
name
say it.
here.
Let's infuse positive. Don't say it, then don't you say it.
I'm not.
If you hate to say it, then don't you say it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That one, you got to have multiple streams of
You
income.
have to. You have to.
Oh, one income, two
Yeah.
incomes is not kicking.
If you don't, I'm gonna speak on multiple streams of income. From a corporate standpoint, the way it was presented to us, they say the number 7. 7 is the sign of completion. Yes. I'm not trying to get biblical, but this is what was instilled in us. Having multiple streams of income. The way it's designed. The economy is not designed for entrepreneurship. It's not. It's not designed. But there's resources that's out there to where we can actually navigate through. And the reason why these resources are not available is because we don't hold ourselves accountable.